Yo, what's going on, people? It's Flight Sports. You already know. Listen, we got some things to discuss today, man, involving the Los Angeles Lakers. News has come out. I'm pretty sure that nobody's surprised at this information that we have to break to you today. It's wild because it seems like it's a contradiction, going on here with Mr. LeBron James. To me personally, I think it's a completely unfortunate situation. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. At the end of the day, the Los Angeles Lakers are on their way to getting a new coach, and his name is JJ Redick. Now, LeBron James has had some inner turmoils, in the past with this whole situation with the player coach and that whole entire dynamic. But now it's very interesting to see what's going to happen now with JJ Redick at the helm. Clearly he's a lot more respected than Luke Walton, but who's to say that he was going to be a better coach than Luke Walton? We all know Luke Walton pretty much, was messing things up there in LA. His main thing, he should have just been focused on Lonzo Ball, but somewhere down the line, Mr. Fluke Walton, suffered the consequences and he paid the piper. And he was fired. He walked across the hall of Sacramento and he was fired over there. And we haven't heard from him since. Is the fate of JJ Redick all going to be the same? I believe personally that this whole entire goddamn podcast that these guys was running was a complete scam. You understand? I believe it was one big joke. I think that these guys came into the lane of sports podcasting, to get JJ Redick at the front of the line. And that's where we see JJ Redick. You got guys like James Borrego. Call it whatever you want to say. We all know we Charlotte Hornets fans over here, ladies and gentlemen. What's the last? What the Charlotte Hornets been like ever since James Borrego left the Queen City? Let's start there. I know that we was upset about rotations and all this, but the last time James Borrego was with LaMelo Ball, he was scratching the surface of the postseason. You understand? And ever since then, Charlotte done went completely to the sellers. At least he was trying to get him, to respectability. And then he went over to New Orleans with Zion, got that thing percolating. He probably thought he was going to get this job in Los Angeles. He's more than qualified than Mr. JJ Redick, but somehow, ladies and gentlemen, JJ Redick has stolen the job. You understand? And this man is at the front of the line. Um, to me personally, I think this is just, he gonna have to prove it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be reports coming out, Brian Windhurst and company, just like they do with LeBron James. They try to say, "Oh, man, we listen, we LeBron is not involved in the coaching decision." I mean, this was complete buffoonery. You understand? And mind you, you got guys like Windhurst giving us the information of what LeBron James is doing, what LeBron James is thinking. These guys are all in pocket. You understand? And it's an unfortunate, disgusting situation that we have here. And the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron has come here. Yes, he's got that bubble championship. He has that to show. I'm telling you now, did you see the Western Conference this season? If they don't make a major trade, if you're the lay, I don't give a damn who the hell they hire. If they do not make a major trade, you understand, the Los Angeles Lakers will not get to the NBA Finals. These guys will not get to the ultimate goal. These guys got to do something drastic, in my humble opinion, truly drastic, in order to get to where the hell they want to get to. Because I just don't see it with this current regime. Anthony Edwards, this guy looked crazy. Did you see Luka Doncic? Did you see Kyrie Irving? No wonder why LeBron James was fighting like hell to get back with Kyrie. Pause. It's a wild, nasty situation going on for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, he had relatively one of his healthiest seasons. And I believe it was unfortunate for the Lakers because they went out in the first round. It was just a bad luck of the draw. I wish LeBron James would have manufactured one more situation where he could have got them to the Oklahoma City Thunder, because I believe they possibly would have went a lot further. They would have beat OKC in my opinion, but they drew the Denver Nuggets, and I knew it was doomed. It was going to be an uphill battle for them to defeat the Denver Nuggets, man. I mean, that was going to be hell on earth. Anthony Davis pretty much was getting completely canceled out by Nikola Jokic. None of that is relevant. Look, but to be honest with you, how does JJ Redick fix that aspect of the Los Angeles Lakers? They got problems. They have to do something. Now, I heard Lonzo Ball speak on what JJ Redick could bring to the Los Angeles Lakers. He said a lot. He said a lot of different things. He said how JJ Redick could bring a certain level of synergy to the organization, something that these guys haven't had. A lot of turmoil, a lot of this and a lot of that. So you have to let me know, can he actually do something like that? I think that's going to be the $1 million question. But the Lakers have usurped a lot. I mean, JJ has usurped a lot of people with a hell of a job. What's the difference between this? Obviously, when Steve Nash was able to go coach that hell of a squad, but they never even reached their goal. They had a lot of situations. JJ first job is the Los Angeles Lakers. He's not even interviewing for any other jobs. It was only the Lakers. This is why I believe that the podcast was one big situation. And now you got JJ Redick on the cusp of getting hired. This is a wild situation that is taking place right now here for the Lakers. Shout out my man Mo in the chat. He said, "What up, Flight? I want LeBron to hire JJ so we can laugh at the dumpster fire." Well, it's just gonna be another soap opera for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, there's one big movie. You got the movie of LeBron. And that's 24/7. That's like a marathon. Then you got the story of Anthony Davis. Then you got, like I said, now you got the coach. I wonder who's going to be the guy that they have to come at. Pause. Clearly they're going to go at Russell. They probably going to try to move his contract. I don't know if they're going to try to manipulate him to get out of that deal, or I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But D'Angelo Russell is the key puzzle for the Lakers to get to their ultimate goal and power through this nasty situation that they're in. They're not going to be able to get anybody because they have to figure out a way. Are they going to restructure this deal? How are they going to, maybe a sign and trade possibly? All of these things are in play right now. But like I said, JJ Redick, what is he going to do? And like I said, I heard Borrego out there interviewing for other jobs. It's not just the late. JJ didn't interview for nothing. He hasn't interviewed for no other job but the Lakers. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This was a fix. The fix was in all along for LeBron James to get this guy JJ Redick in his grasp. Now I want to know if the podcast is going to continue. I bet that's going to come to a screeching halt. That'd be filthy if they was running the season and having the podcast, because they can't be losing and running podcast shows. That's just going to be wild. If something like that was going to happen, that'd just be filthy. But it is what it is. Shout out B more in the chat. You're right about that. Now the Lakers did acquire that pick. That's something. Listen, all of these things are major factors here, ladies and gentlemen. You seen it was a situation. We're gonna get into the New Orleans pick that the Lakers acquired. Are they gonna make this guy a first round pick? And that's Bronny James. Now listen, I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. Like I said, I ain't even gonna I ain't gonna sugarcoat you. Bronny will probably have to prove that he is this, and that. But from all indications, if it wasn't for LeBron James' son, Bronny probably would be going undrafted. If his name wasn't Bronny James, LeBron James Jr., especially after the health scare that he had. We've seen other athletes, have heart situations and different things, and they couldn't even get their ass in the league. You seen guys, had to go overseas. They had to completely retire. This guy, and more credit to Bronny. He went through a traumatic situation, was able to come back, resume college, all in the same situation. It's not like he took a year or two off. Could you? They would have probably released a random Joe if he went through the situation Bronny had and was able to get to. It's just wild. Now you got Bronny getting. We don't even talk about the kids Saw they're supposed to go to Atlanta. We don't even talk about Castle, out of UConn. I mean, this is wild. But from all indications, if it wasn't for LeBron's son, he would go either undrafted or I mean, just nothing at all. But with the juice of LeBron, and give him credit, and who knows what kind of listen. And I'm gonna keep this real with the people right now. That's LeBron James' son. LeBron done did a lot for this league. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I hope they have the same grace for Cayenne, but he shouldn't need it. But for Bronny, a guy who they're not going to let him go undrafted. I would be shocked if Bronny went undrafted. Now you got JJ coming in there more than likely. You got LeBron. They're gonna. That would be crazy if they made him a first round pick. Because what this is a weak draft. It seemed like a lot of things did align, even in a weak draft. All indications point to that Bronny would never even have an opportunity to get drafted in this week draft. So imagine if the draft was stacked. And I'm pretty sure that's what New Orleans is thinking. Why they deferred the pick. They're like, oh no, this draft is nothing. We'll wait till later. And that's what has happened. So New Orleans playing chess. They you can have this. Because the draft is not really doing much either. So they're not tripping. Now it's going to be interesting. The Lakers do have a second round pick. I'm hearing Phoenix is they talk. Phoenix is talking about Bronny. I'm pretty sure Bronny is going to be selling tickets for whoever. So people are going to look at that because no matter what, the kid is a box office attraction. They're already talking about what he's going to do for the G League. Could you imagine the Summer League? And who I don't know if he's going to dominate, but he's going to get that crowd. That them crowds are going to come out. All to see what Bronny's going to do. And the kid could play defense from what I've seen. He can hit threes. Does he have number one option capabilities? No. But can he be a role player? Yes. He looks like he's going to be a high level role player, in my opinion. A guy who, and he said that he can come in and play a role. He wants to embody himself after Davion Mitchell and guy. I don't know. That's a stretch. Like I said, Davion Mitchell's a hell of a player and a defender. We're going to have to see what happens with Bronny. But like I said, LeBron did a lot for this league. They're going to take care of his son. But now the JJ Redick dynamic to me is tricky because what's going to happen when things are not going well? That's what I'm wondering, because now you bring in your guy JJ in. JJ gonna have a graceful year. Now the thing is this, y'all. This is why I'm trying to tell you how the Lakers are running into a dead end, because if they do not make a trade and get another star player in there to fight this Western Conference beast that's looking right at them, you understand? They're going to be in the same situation, even with JJ Redick at the helm, because at the end of the day, this team has limitations. And you're going to run into one of these squads in the second round, possibly the first. And what the Lakers really have to do, and this is something that I don't know what the hell has happened since they won the championship. Ever since the Lakers won the championship in the bubble, their playoff positioning is just crazy. You look at the Lakers squad, pound for pound. JJ Redick could potentially be running into a squad that could, very well get to the finals if the seedings were correct. Maybe even the conference finals. Why in the hell are they in the play-in every year? You understand? I think that's the number one thing that the Lakers have to start to focus on to help themselves. They have to start taking the regular season a little bit more seriously. The Lakers seem like they want to punch in the clock when they feel like it. And at this age of LeBron James, you're not going to be able to do that, just consistently night in and night out. LeBron James cannot continue at that level. They have to get The Lakers must get like a top 3 to a top 5 seed, preferably home court advantage. If the Lakers could get home court advantage, you are talking somewhere. So that's what I hope JJ Redick, because to be honest with you, JJ could just be another one of these lame duck fools. Pause. You understand, who's coming in here to do a job for LeBron James and end up getting kicked out and fired anyway. Because what people don't understand, LeBron will leave all this shit high and dry. You understand? So he'll have him hired. He'll get this guy. He'll make this trade. He'll make you trade your first round picks, your futures, whatever, and then get the hell up out of Dodge. You understand? This is what can go on. Mind you, he's on borrowed time anyway. We don't know how much longer LeBron trying to stick around. But I'm pretty sure with JJ's, they might ride off into the sunsets together. But I'm telling you now, this thing could go rocky again. Look at all of these coaches. When they hired Darvin Ham, it was one big celebration. I remember he was tweeting all kind of shit, and he was so happy. Oh, Darvin Ham, all Ham. And then look what happened. It got off rocky. He wanted to get LeBron James. This is his situation with the Lakers. The real key to what the Lakers needed to be a juggernaut in the Western Conference, and I don't know why they didn't foresee what was happening. You needed your youth. LeBron came to the Lakers and abstracted every single young talent that was on this roster who could have helped him in this situation. High level role players, pardon me, who could have been with this team with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You understand? It's just a complete situation. We ain't even gonna get into the younger stars that I'm trying to tell you. But the role players who they could have had. Did you see what Josh Hart just did, ladies and gentlemen? That's almost a superstar role. The man is out there playing with, and when he played with LeBron, he played hard as hell. Pause. He was still getting downhill, doing similar things that we seen right here, hitting threes, defending like hell. You needed that versatility. Hart could guard literally 1 through 4. He's a better player than every single one of these guys that you have. Reeves, what's the other fool's name? Hachimura, all of these idiots who JJ Redick is not going to be able to fix. Maybe JJ could get these guys shooting well. They're going to trade Austin Reeves. LeBron is going to get the hell. Somebody's getting the hell up out of town. You could just book that. Now he got his boy JJ. Listen, somebody's getting up out of here. Because that's the only way the Lakers is going to get better. So you got to roll with this. Shout out to everybody in the chat, y'all. The Los Angeles Lakers are zeroing in on your man JJ Redick. This is an unfortunate situation because, we have guys like Sam Cassell. We got other guys who are not able to get a job. And it's not the fact that JJ is getting a job. It's the fact that he just came out of nowhere. Pause. This is what I'm trying to tell you is the podcast was a fix, y'all. That's what this was. I just and tell me if I'm wrong. But it is wild. But this is reported from everybody, man. Like I said, Shams, everybody. The reports are that no final decision has been made, and the Lakers still have steps remaining in their head coaching search process. But JJ Redick is the leading candidate right now, which they should have just hired him already because he been floating around. Like I said, I heard reports that Borrego was who's the people he was competing against. When you start to look at some of them, even Borrego, like I said, and this is the Lakers, is the sizzle. Pause. Borrego. That's not gonna get the Lakers. JJ Redick is gonna bring that hype, that excitement. I'm not gonna tell you that he don't know basketball. But what's gonna happen with the other dudes? Okay, obviously you're gonna cater to LeBron and AD. What about everybody else? That's what I want to know. Clearly, LeBron and JJ, they're gonna be smoking cigars and sipping wine and all this other old good shit, together. But are they gonna be railroading people when they having these cigar sessions? When they having these films sessions by themselves? Who are they gonna be plotting to get moved? You understand? Who's getting fired? Because at the end of the day, if this don't work out, I think that we gotta have to get to Mr. Rob Pelinka. I think that Rob Pelinka, he just been all out of the situation. He's been shuffling these coaches. Now he got this guy, he got a new coach possibly coming in. He better hope this thing work out. because he's a guy who's been able to stick around through the test of time of the Los Angeles Lakers as they, just stinking up the joint, because this is what has been happening with the Lakers. They can't get over the hump. It's clearly something missing. And when they lose, they getting wiped off the floor. You understand? Now this year, it was the first round. They got their hearts ripped right out of them by the Denver Nuggets. I mean, every fall away shot that Murray was hitting, I mean, it was just like piercing. You understand? I mean, it was dirty. Those are the type of games where it just break everything. You understand? LeBron just walking off the court, just hopeless. And he played very well. Especially, he played better than Kevin Durant. I ain't gonna get into Kevin Durant because that'd be even worse. Because he's a sorry bastard in my humble opinion. I think he's a fraud. You understand? I think he's got multiple coaches fired. You see what just happened with Vogel. He got the other dude fired, Monty Williams. I mean, this is just wild. He's even worse. Pardon me, even more sorrier. I don't give a damn what the hell anybody got to say. These guys don't bring the production that they supposed to have. They running around, it's just messed up, man. That's why Kevin Durant's name is not up there when we discuss the greatest players in the world, the greatest players who ever played the game. Yes, he's a top 75 player, but he's not in that conversation. And y'all know the conversation that I'm talking about. But we'll get to that at another situation. Mr. JJ Redick is on his way to Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen. Laker fans, what do y'all think about your new head coach? This is going to be a very nasty, disgusting situation if it doesn't work out, because we all know this is LeBron James' hands and fingerprints all over it. You understand? You ain't going to be able to tell me. And it's sad. I want to hear what the reporters are going to say when they all along they have said LeBron is not involved in the coaching process. He usually doesn't get involved in these things. This is what they're saying. Could you imagine? I'm sitting here listening to one of these goddamn fools on the internet. They discussing what the hell is going on, and this is how they word it. LeBron James, he typically doesn't get involved in these kind of things. He lets he sits back and he's patient around this time, and I can't believe what I'm listening to. I mean, LeBron James is literally like the puppet master. He's got these dudes moving all over the place. That's what's really going on, man. I know people don't like to hear this. I know it's upsetting. I know, but it's the goddamn truth. LeBron James is the puppet master for the Lakers. And what I mean that is he's making all this shit move right now. And real Laker fans, real Laker fans, I'm talking about purple and gold for real. They know what's going on. And it was a hard time even accepting LeBron James, and they still haven't even firmly accepted LeBron James. This is why LeBron should have never came to Los Angeles, even though he won the championship there. But now that he's here, look what he has done. He has got the bubble ring, yes, but they haven't sniffed anything else. Did they trade all of this young talent? Lonzo, Ingram, goddamn it, Zubac, like I said, Hart. They even got through Kuzma up out of there. Did they do all of this for one championship and to never really sniff it again? You understand? I mean, is that what it was? Because next season is going to be crazy. You got Oklahoma City. They got all these goddamn first round picks. They don't went to they damn near went to the conference finals. They lost to Dallas because of the heroics of Luka Doncic. And now you got to deal with Luka Doncic and them. You got to deal with Anthony Edwards. Lord knows what they're going to do. They could make a trade. I mean, this is crazy. And mind you, you got teams that ain't even make the goddamn play. We talk about this, and this is a situation I'm going to get into a little later, because of my man Ja Morant. We discussing the face of the league, and like I said, man, I just think that we just forgetting Ja Morant, his name in this whole shuffle, because when he came back for that stretch of games, he was heroic. He got hurt, and did you see what he was doing for Memphis? I mean, he literally was about to bring Memphis back to life right before our very eyes. He had them streaking. You understand? And then it just all went out the window. So you're going to have to deal with Memphis next season. Mind you, they have a draft pick. I believe it's a lottery pick. You don't know what they're going to do. I heard they might be looking to move that. So I mean, you don't know what Memphis could pull. What if they make a trade to bring in another guy with like Desmond Mason? Pardon me, I said, like I said, Desmond Bain. Pardon me. This guy is the truth. I was watching some of these games. And I say all that to say is the West is going to be loaded. You know, and JJ Redick is not the answer for the Lakers. The answer is talent. They have to make another move, man. I'm just got to keep it real. They have to add another star. I don't know who the hell they're going to get the star from because they clearly missed out on, Damian Lillard. They missed out on the Lillard sweepstakes. They missed out on all of these trades that could have potentially happened. Now they have this pick. They still could get Bronny in the second round. So it's not do or die to draft him in the first. So even if draft night comes, if they trade the pick, or even if they were to select it, and it wasn't Bronny, it wouldn't be the end of the world, And we don't know what the Lakers are going to do involving Bronny. I think that's going to be the draft thing to have everybody watching from the beginning to the end, because where the hell is Bronny going? We're going to be watching the second round, everybody on Bronny watch. That's going to be the crazy part, but that's irrelevant. But what I will say is JJ Redick is more than qualified, as a basketball player to become a head coach. I just think that this pressurized situation, it would have been nice to bring in a veteran who's done this before, in my opinion. You got a lot of coaches out there, clearly Mark Jackson ain't gonna never get a job, but guys like him, what about Van Gundy? This the Lakers, you should be able to get a high level coach if you wanted it. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But it is what it is at the end of the day. The Lakers, they're gonna be all right. Um, it's gonna be wild if Kyrie get this championship, man. Because LeBron and his ego, that him and Kyrie should have lasted forever. So I just got to keep it real. It's unfortunate that happened. Rap guy says Morant's better than Ant. Listen, I think that John Morant is a big time problem. Slim says, yeah, Palenka. Yeah, Palenka got, like I said, he kind of, like I said, we focus on the coaches. He knows what he's doing to take the magnifying glass off of himself. But like I said, I think the Los Angeles Lakers are a hell of a squad. If they could just get everything situated, man. I think that if LeBron wanted to go to the block, I think that's something. I know LeBron want to control everything, but if LeBron and AD, if they wanted to, if they ever decided to just take over, the paint, I think that they could really do some serious damage. I remember it was a situation when LeBron they lost to the Mavericks. This is when he was with the Heat. They had came back, him and Dwayne Wade, even though he was a lot younger. Even though now you could do it at a different rate, but basically they were basically attacking the paint at all times. I think that's something that LeBron and Anthony Davis need to adopt. They have to adopt that instinct of they're not going to settle, for threes, fadeaways, turnarounds. Don't bail the defense out. LeBron and AD should be putting pressure on the defense, going downhill, attack mode in the paint at all times, in my opinion. They should just be taking over the paint, on most nights, on most teams. Mind you, like I told you, for the Lakers' ultimate success, they need a trade, and I believe that they need to get a better seeding. This is how they could actually maybe advance some rounds, maybe miss some teams that they might want to avoid for the later rounds. If they could get home court advantage in the first round, that might very well ensure them. You got a game 7 in Staples, that could ensure them, but they have to take the regular season important. That's why they might have to make a move to help them. LeBron is getting older to the point where he can't carry for a full 82 games. That's not happening for LeBron anymore. But I mean, it is what it is. I think that LeBron James is a good player still. I think that he's got about another 2 more years, maybe 3. It's gonna be hard to see LeBron. People gonna miss LeBron when he does go. He's one of the greatest players of all time, But you know, with that level, you have to bring it as well. And I think LeBron James is trying to do that. For the Lakers, it's just he doing it in his way. Um, what does JJ Redick bring? What does any coach bring if LeBron James is just gonna take over anyway? And that's what has happened. A lot of these coaches, they give LeBron the reins. You think they really getting in the way of LeBron? The last coach to really, I think, really coach LeBron was Spoelstra. Outside, well, Tyronn Lue, you can say Lue too, because they bumped heads. Yeah, you got Lue and you got Spoelstra. I think those were his best coaches. Because they just wasn't afraid. Does JJ have that intensity? To step to LeBron. Get at him. How does he get the most? I mean, seriously, how could you think of JJ trying to get the most out of LeBron James? That's gonna be interesting to see, Paul. How's that dynamic gonna work? How is he gonna push LeBron James? Because I remember when Luke Walton, he had nothing. It was no way in his possibilities and capabilities that he could get the organization and the team moving. He just couldn't do it. The team was literally at a dead end. But it is what it is, man. Shout out to my man JJ Redick. He's the truth and a half. He just may not deserve, the Lakers job, especially over guys like Borrego, maybe Sam Cassell, things like that, because the Lakers are trying to win a championship. And this is, I don't know. You got a Steve Nash in there. You got to think. I know Redick, his IQ was impeccable. You could say the same thing for Nash. I mean, you telling me Nash IQ isn't impeccable? I do think that Redick might have a little bit more fire, who could possibly get things, I don't know how, but I think that he could probably do it a little better than Steve Nash could. I think Nash was getting a little pushed around up there in Brooklyn. He was just in a tough spot, especially with those guys who were literally just, they was violating him. They got to it once they realized that who he really was, because at first they loved him, and they was kind of giving bad signals already. This is why the reason why I'm bringing up Nash is because this is like the only play I could kind of compare the situation to. It says flight stream and ball content. Oh, of course, man, I'm streaming ball content a lot, man. We got a lot of ball content coming. That ain't going nowhere. We just put out some ball content videos, some LaMelo. It's all out there. But like I said, back to what I was saying, man. With LeBron, this is going to be a big year for the Lakers. Especially if they get JJ. There's no season for the Lakers to just write off to say, hey, I'm gonna take the year off, or this year is a wash, or this year is just a wait and see. There's no wait and see approach with the Lakers, especially with LeBron James at this age that he's at now. This do or die. They have to get it done. Now, can they get it done is going to be the question. Especially under Mr. JJ Redick, it's going to be pressure. There's going to be pressure for JJ Redick to succeed. Y'all got to let me know if you think JJ Redick could actually succeed in this situation. I just think it's going to be hard pressed, man. I think that the Lakers, they're going to go through the same problems, especially if they bring back the same roster. D'Angelo Russell, like I said, they kind of was using him as the one of the punching bags too. I think along with him and Darvin Ham. But they may need him. Who else you might be able to get for him, and also D'Angelo Russell has some decent games. I think that's key too. A lot of people don't want to point out Russell had good games, but he did have games where he no showed. But he did produce to get the Lakers. He started turning it on a little bit, and when he does get good, when he gets hot, the Lakers could kind of take it up a notch. But that's going to be interesting to see if they could do that. But like I said, JJ Redick, man, he is, top dog right now. Be on the lookout. He could be headed to La La Land. It's Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button if you're new. Most definitely hit the subscribe button. We're going to be back.